A year and a half ago almost, on January 7th of last year, I would upload my Chef Mono Job. Now, that was a pretty fun challenge run and an enjoyable time overall. Then, on New Year's Eve of that same year, one of my good old buddy old pals, Pokebro60, would upload his Warrior Mono Job as his first ever Miitopia challenge run. Let's do another one. Miitopia Mage Mono Job. Now, I was able to completely decimate the entire beginning part of the game. As a result, the first actually troublesome boss ended up being the golem. This boss was pretty hard for the sole fact that it is physical. Mage, as you may have guessed, is about as magic job as this game gets. So physical bosses are our #1 weakness throughout the entire run. I didn't have enough time to build up many food buffs either, so the golem could two-shot anyone, and it even took down my me later on. Best strat here is to heal as much as you can with the sprinkles and maybe sleep tight. Sleep tight is annoying as hell early game, by the way, because the AI loves to use it on me's at around half HP, which isn't necessary. But for this fight, I didn't really mind it that much. Griffin was stupid hard. This boss is the first in the game to attack 3 times and can completely destroy your team. Shoutouts to Isla. She managed to get down to 0 HP 3 whole times and always managed to hang on thanks to Energetic being busted. She tanked a lot of damage in this fight, but other than that, the best strategy is to be as aggressive as possible. Deal as much damage as you can because this boss can turn the table around in really just one turn if you're not paying enough attention. Once again, as much as Sleep Tight annoyed the hell out of me in the first 3 worlds, it's honestly a blessing to have here since it's the only healing move we will have available to us throughout the whole run, sprinkles and save spot excluded, of course. Overall, this boss was really hard, as honestly is the expected outcome. Holy hell, how was this so easy? I am genuinely so confuzzled by how easy this boss was. It should have been incredibly hard because it's a hard-hitting physical attacker. I managed to kill it really fast though, just a bunch of fires and some sprinkles managed to take him out. Huh. Weird. This is also surprisingly easy. I decided to give Chef a whirl and Neksdor to be able to provide some healing that isn't sleep tight. That wasn't necessary here, I killed it really quickly and effortlessly. Well, at least it's a step up from the last 2. The Cobra can actually deal a good amount of damage, and I had to save spot and sprinkle a couple times to win. After killing the boss itself, Steve decides to eat an MP sweet, and Maria then sleep tights him. That sure is very necessary with only 1 side enemy left. Yup, totally. This was honestly kinda the same. While it doesn't have weirdly powerful side enemies, it has a pretty powerful boss in and of itself. The yellow cobras were easily taken out by some lightnings and regular attacks, while the main boss managed to take down Steve at one point and actually lowered my team members' HP by quite a lot. Maria was also pissed off at me the entire fight, so that's fun. One thing that I used in this fight and pretty much all of Neksdor was Spicy Dish. I might as well take advantage of Chef while I can, since Spicy Dish is completely busted. It is insane how good it is. Thanks to that and my team members forgetting Sleep Tight exists for once, and actually attacking instead of, using Sleep Tight, this boss went down relatively fast, but still with somewhat of a fight. Wow, this is actually hard now, who could have guessed? Yeah, this fight's annoying. The side enemies have just enough health to not be taken out turn 1 by lightnings, and as a result they can deal quite a bit of damage before I could get rid of them. The boss itself also fucking sucks. It's a lot better when it comes to distracting your Miis, and that's annoying. Combine that with a stupid hard-hitting attack and you get this. Luckily, this is the first fight where I got to use Chef's Horseplay, which basically skipped an entire 4th or 3rd of the fight. Had it not been for that, this would have been the hardest boss thus far, but it's still pretty close to Griffin in difficulty and definitely beats it in being a fucking nuisance. Sword and Shield is a classic boss on this channel by now, and in this run it was somewhat difficult. A good thing about this run, however, is the fact that the shield protecting the sword does not happen because they cannot block magic. As a result, I was able to just keep attacking the sword with some fires, and it went down. Not really before taking Rin down with her, though. The shield went down shortly after. So Pharaoh, this boss is always a pain in the ass in challenge runs. Was that the case here? Well, it's still not as hard as the Griffin, but definitely harder than the painting from before. Once again, Chef's Horseplay helped a shit ton along with Spicy Dish. The curse wasn't that bad since he already dealt a lot of damage, and getting rid of the curse also meant healing, so that's good. Sleep Tight once again comes in useful, and sometimes, and a bunch of fires later, it went down. Neksdor was honestly sort of in the middle. Most bosses had at least something interesting to them. There was stuff to talk about, but there were only really two actually difficult bosses, being the Pharaoh and Painting. And with that, it's on to Realm of the Fae. So Realm of the Fae is generally super simple. Most bosses are pushovers, and I always stack up a super high relationship level with Crina at the beginning of the world to help me as well. Without further ado, let's start. So the spider was a pretty bog standard fight. Something nice is that I already have Scientist Horseplay directly available to me from Neksdor and don't have to grind for it. One thing that's nice about this run is that Felicia actually participated in the world instead of me and Crina carrying the entire time. Shoutouts to Felicia. This boss went down pretty fast and wasn't anything too noteworthy. Piss easy, even with the dumb status effect. Seriously though, the status effect might be the single stupidest one in the game. It's so worthless, it's insane. Piss easy. Yes, he also helps with healing melody. God, I wish Mage had an AoE heal. That would be so useful in this run. This is the only AoE heal in the entire run, so let's appreciate it while it's here. Piss easy. I was honestly surprised by how easy this was. It is a physical boss after all, so that's odd. It may be the fact that the only person that the boss actually targeted was Ujik, who contributed basically nothing to the run, so I don't care. It also healed me 3 times, so that's fun. This boss killed Crina, and for that reason I went insane on it. That's probably the most eventful thing that's happened so far in this world, Jesus Christ. The frog was pretty easy for mainly 2 reasons. 1, I blasted it with Scientist Horseplay. 2, Crina was praised throughout pretty much the entire fight, and that made her fucking invincible. It only got to Stink Breath once, and that one time he did, I just healed back up with HP Sprinkles. It did kill Logic though. And that's all of Realm of the Fae. It was ungodly easy, as it most of the time is. On to Carcaton. Carcaton definitely was something. Let's just get started, you'll understand what I mean. Pain Cloud was interesting. I skipped over Magma Slime because, yeah. Pain Cloud was mainly harder due to my underleveled Poly. I blasted it at the beginning, and Great Sage also helped a bunch with extra heals and extra damage. This was the exact same. Maria was stupidly frail, but Great Sage and Life Sprinkles exist, so it's fine. Ooh, finally, something interesting. I wanted some geothermal pizza, so I tried to beat these guys. It ended up being the hardest fight of the run thus far, so that's cool. Turns out 2 blue minotaurs hit like trucks and can destroy your team with ease. Also, I'm a mage again, so that's awesome. Horseplay did some good damage, but the Great Sage did a lot of heavy lifting with all of the healing he did. I just barely made it out alive. These things are destructive. Wow, it is insane. Especially the AoE attack, that can shred you to bits. Overall, an insanely fun fight. Anything for pizza, I guess. Oh yeah, but I expected this. Cerberus was insanely hard. First of all, this thing once again has 3 turns to attack, it deals an immense amount of damage, very bad for us, and has a stupid amount of health. After dying to this thing twice, I developed a bit of a strategy. First of all, Ajik can just be cannon fodder. He can just act as a distraction. It's not worth it to use a light sprinkle on him when he does not contribute at all. Second, it is necessary for me to keep me and Polly as alive for as long as possible. If Maria or Polly die, don't light sprinkle, save that for Mimey. Third of all, save spot limbo as much as possible and hope for great enough Great Sage RNG for Tower Flame and Horse RNG for Horseplay. Hope for a ton of either the Ice Attack or Nightmare, because those deal very little or no damage, and all of that has to go right for you to win. Good thing I know how to play Mage, I guess. That was stupid hard. Yo, break time! This was simple. I had team members that didn't suck and it didn't even deal that much. Not even the Afraid status did much, just an overall easy fight. Now fuck off. New hardest boss of the run. Now, you might be thinking, how the fuck is this the hardest boss of the run? Well, young grasshopper, first of all, only 3 teammates, second of all, one of them is Ajik, and the other one is only level 10. Third, I usually spam Hyper Sprinkles in this fight. Do you know what is useless in this one? Hyper Sprinkles. Combine that with a relatively hard-hitting boss, no horse, and no Great Sage, and you get this. I hate this fight! This is also the longest fight in the run by a mile. Screw you, Pokebro, for making me work so hard to get Crina. Oh my god. Woohoo, on to sleepy time again. Double Mage's Horseplay destroyed this boss, nothing else special. Well, this was also really easy. The dragon was by far the hardest boss in my chef run. It is piss easy here. But really, I do not know if that's to be expected or not. It is a purely magic boss, so it's honestly a given that it'd be one of the easier bosses. Then again, I don't really know for sure because of how hard it was in my chef run. And here we are, Dark Lord Poking Bro 6. And yeah, this wasn't that bad either. The first phase was definitely the hardest though. It hits pretty hard and I was able to open up with a Mage's Horseplay, which was very convenient for me. Now, on my first try, he stole my Mii's face, so I just up and left the fight and reset my game. Good on you, Pokebro, you got me at least once. I opened the second attempt with another Mage's Horseplay, and this time I got the best possible RNG, with him stealing Polly and Rin's faces. That left me and Crina to just attack Pokebro while he sat there and did nothing. Very good strat, Pokebro, yup, definitely. I ended the fight with yet another Horseplay, and with that we have finished Carcaton. Carcaton can honestly best be described as a back and forward. It went from really easy fight to fucking impossible, with Cerberus and Study of Crina being the hardest fights of the run. On to Traveler's Hub quests. So Skyscraper is either easy or hard, there is no in between, let's get started. Like the Dark Lord, I double horseplayed this too, and that killed it stupid fast. That's cool. That was just pretty interesting. Because of the golem not being able to block magic, this fight was free. I had 3 of my most powerful team members with me, Polly and Ren excluded, they're on the other path, and that helped murder the general really fast. The golem went down pretty quickly afterwards. Easy, free, nothing else of note next. This too, although pretty surprising here. This boss is usually harder, but I guess not, lol, that's pretty interesting. Also, why do the tadpoles have so much goddamn health? Jesus Christ, why? The left hand was easy, the right hand was harder, still easy, and the final battle was an absolute joke. All 4 of my Miis had a barrier that made them invincible, basically. Not even the 1 HP attack did like anything noteworthy, I just nullified it with HP sprinkles. Seriously, it's insane how good barrier is. I got to nullify like basically everything that the Darkest Lord threw at me. Really, that's all. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.